What's going on, guys? This is Play by Play Tech, episode 49. I am your host, Moandogg Gaming, alongside my other host, Max Chambliss, the YouTube whatever, man. What are you now? What are you
I
like?
don't know.
Every time I
I'm
go
just
on your channel, it's like I see more and more and more. You got more subscribers, and it's
I was
like,
getting there.
yeah, man. I mean, where are you now,
Somewhere around 800 or something and
man?
stuff. But it's not a lot, but
Remember how
it's
hard it
getting
was to
there.
get to 100, and then it's like when you broke that 100
Oh,
barrier.
it's hard.
When you brought that
It's
100 barrier.
hard. But before that, we're back.
I know, man.
Dude,
I
we've
know.
been on hiatus for a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been
And
it's
who
been a
falls
trip.
with that?
Mine.
I'm just messing around.
Yeah, but before we get into what I'm doing, because I got a lot to say. What's been going on with you?
I finally got the basement done, and I'm about to have a baby in a couple of weeks. So
I know
yeah.
you're excited. I know you're
Yeah,
excited.
I'm super excited. Yeah,
I'm looking at
super excited.
Alex. She just walked in here. I guess she got bit by a mosquito, and she's like, "Look, huh? Oh, she thinks she got stung by a bee."
Oh,
So she said if she passes out, we know why. So now, the world will know. All right. But yeah, man, congratulations, Max. I know you're probably ready. Pregnancy takes a long time. And it gives you a long time to think about how much freedom I'm about to lose.
yeah. It's kind of it was interesting. My wife sent me a TikTok video of this guy was getting used to the normal routine with the first kid. And then now the second kid comes in, it's kind of like now you got to come up with a different routine. So I thought that was kind of funny
I
and
mean,
stuff. So
you gotta love it, man. Oh shoot, I forgot to post on Twitch. Did you already do it?
I certainly did not. Oh yeah, no, not Twitch. I did
I'm
Twitter
not sure.
and
I'm
stuff.
sorry, Twitter. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did. I did. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess
Not.
I'll skip it this time because there's a lot of things that I'm doing. Well, I mean, what games have you been playing? Have you been playing any? With the little bit of time you have left.
To be honest with you, I've been catching. I've been watching Loki. So
Oh man, Loki was awesome.
yeah,
Hmm.
that was really that was actually I kind of debated this for the longest time. I was trying to figure out what was the best uh Marvel TV show that came out on
Okay.
Disney Plus, and I will say that Loki took the cake on this one. I
Yep.
will say that at first I wasn't like all of a fan at first, but it kept getting better after each episode. And at first I was going to say Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but Falcon and Winter Soldier, like the first couple of episodes, like really started off real strong, but towards the end it started to just fizzle out. And that's why I'm saying, like, you know what, Loki,
Oh
all
yeah,
hands
Loki.
down. That
Just the whole
was
plot, man. It was amazing. Just it
yeah.
actually felt like you got something different for a change instead of the normal. You can kind of predict what's happening type of deal. You don't get that too much out of movies anymore. You can kind of predict what's going to happen. But I tell you what, that last episode, I didn't know what was going to happen. I was actually surprised. It
I
surprised the
was
crap
kind
out of
I
me.
was kind of I'm not spoiling anything, but I'm kind of
Yeah.
shocked that I was that last episode really did shock me
Hmm.
and stuff, and it's like it left me with there's so many questions now because questions if anybody didn't see it and stuff, that's I would probably say I highly recommend that show, so I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it did leave you on the last episode, it did leave you with what are they gonna do for the Marvel universe and stuff, so that's kind of
Yeah,
like
and
where.
that's where I'm stuck at, right? I I thought Black Widow was supposed to pick up where we left off, and now Loki looked like it's setting the stage, or maybe they're just trying to combine both movies. But I will say this: this is really not spoiling it, because you can tell when you got what was the first one? WandaVision, and then you
Yeah,
got
WandaVision.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, and now you got Loki, and they're all kind of a one hitter, right? One hitter show to get Phase 4 started for Marvel. But I was actually surprised that there's going to be a season 2, so that's all I'm going.
Well, I will say this. So WandaVision set up for Doctor Strange movie that's going to be coming out
Yes.
next year. And Falcon and Winter Soldier set that up for potentially for another Captain America movie.
hmm
But I don't. I mean, they could go two different ways with it. It either could go to there's a rumor about Thunderbolt, but we'll see. And then Black Widow, if people haven't seen it, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it kind of set it up for the next show in Marvel, which is Hawkeye and stuff. I'm not gonna say what specifically I'm referring to, but it's set up Hawkeye show that's gonna be coming out this fall. And then Loki said ending kind of set everything up for the next Marvel phase.
Okay.
Phase what I think whatever phase 5 or whatever they want to do. But the thing is that they could go so many different ways with Loki because how it ended it's just everything is kind of like an open canvas, sort
Yeah.
of say with that. So Marvel could go all type of ways if they want to. They don't have to go through their whole cinematic setup like how they did in the phases and stuff like that. They could go all different ways and then they can wind it back together all nice and neat if they want to and
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, it was a good show. I highly recommend Loki and stuff because at first the first episode I was not impressed and stuff. I thought it was going to be a terrible show. But I became a real fan, and you definitely sympathize for the characters too, and you can see the change in each character. So
Yeah.
that's all I'll say.
Yeah, Loki. I didn't think Loki was going to be as good as it was because it's like, what are y'all gonna do with Loki, and why is he such a main thing in the new phase that we're setting up? But when I first saw the first episode, I was very impressed. And it kind of sucked, right? Because it's on Wednesdays, and we try to do our podcast on Wednesday. But I kind of lucked out on a couple of days because you had stuff going on. You was like, "Hey, can we do it tomorrow?" And then I had stuff going on. So I mean, but it's over with now. It's 6 episodes. I want to know if they're going to make them longer when they're ready for season 2. That's just my key. I would assume so, or they may just keep
Oh
the.
no, I think they have a good I think they have a good flow of what they're doing right now.
Mhm.
It's just that and even though Loki was only 6 episodes, it left me with that I'm content of how it ended. It's not something that just got me upset and like, man, why would they do that? Why would they leave it off like that? It left me with that was a good first season and stuff, and now I'm looking forward with what Marvel have to do with this. And I felt like that with all the Marvel shows like WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I felt like each ending of the season felt that was like, okay, this is. I feel satisfied for each season. It's just like you get some of those shows they leave you and you kind of like crap. I want to know what's going on. But this one
Okay.
is kind of like I'm happy with where how they did it. How they did
Okay.
it.
Okay. Well, good, man. So that's what you're up to. You're on your movie tip. Yeah, we go through those. We're kind of one of the same, Max. It's like we game for a while, and then we got to catch up on all these shows, and then we're back on the game, and it's vice versa. Then we go through the battle of, okay, I need to play the Series X at one point, and now my PS5 has got neglected. Okay, I need to play my PS5. So it's always a uphill battle when you're trying to do everything, and you got a family, and you got things you're doing at home and all that stuff. So it's like you got to pick one. You can't just. I remember back when we were younger, man. I could be able to watch a show and then cut on the game and get on with my homeboys and then when I had another account, so I was like, let me cut this on and do it all in one day. It's hard to do that now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
Not no more.
No,
Not no
and
more.
then I'm sleepy at 9. So it's like it's hard to
Yeah.
stay up
Then your
trying to do
kids
it.
get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, so
Yeah.
it's kind of
So
like not no more. So
so anyway,
you get used to it.
I got a lot going on, man. So I know you'll be happy to hear, Max. I'm back on my content creation. I started last week. I know,
Yay!
right? So I started last week. I am actually revamping my entire stream, so that's what's taking so long. I've already created me a new overlay. I I already started to create a new logo, kind of rebranding myself a little bit. Still going to Moandogg Gaming, but we're gonna give it a acronym. So instead of that, it'd be MDG. And the hardest part is actually working on what that logo is going to look like. That's what's taking me a long time. I had new music, new everything, and then I'm also setting up because this office that we just built here is going to change. So this is going to line up to to what my streaming is. I've already changed things in Discord. I've added, I've subtracted things. One thing I do like that I added was and I'm not a financial person at all, but articles that I get and I see, I throw on the Discord because I have a section called finance, and it's for discussions for crypto and stocks. So that's on Discord right now. I got rid of all the YouTube things that used to blow everybody's phone up, where it sends out notification when an important YouTuber come out, because I saw a lot of people not comment on it. What else did I do here? Oh, I finally added my merch store. So we got 2 merch store. We have our buddy Solo, who's a clothing designer. His merch is on there, and then now my stuff is on there finally. And I've had my merch store for the longest, and I haven't promoted it because I'm still not done with it. I still got a lot of ideas I want to implement. But that's just what I do. Also, I put my clan on there now. So my clan has a private section for us on Discord. We have a private chat, and we have a private text chat. So, our clan is called Violence. So we have a logo, we have everything. Mr. Almost Perfect, our friend Ralph, he promotes it on his channel all the time. And funny is that he's revamping everything on his streaming thing too. So, I got that going on. And also I'm back gaming again. So I've been back on Modern Warfare. But I still gotta play Resident Evil. I still ain't played that. I still want to play Final Fantasy 7 all over again because I want that eye candy of 60 frames and all that. So I'm still on that. And finally, I know I've been talking about it this whole year, but I'm finally going to go pick up my TV. So I'm excited about it. I'm picking it up next week. I got 2 options. I got you said you know somebody, and my mother said she knows somebody. So I got to see who has the best deal, and it's from the same place. So
they're gonna give you the same discount, so I'm just
is that what it is? So it's an employee or whatever.
Yeah, the only reason I just referred him because he gave me a hell of a deal on some speakers and stuff, and he did my original setup, and he got helped me out with the Sony A90J and stuff.
Okay.
So
and I'm gonna vlog that too. I'm finally gonna create a vlog for that one when I pick up my TV. So I'm super excited, but that's gonna take some time because when I put this TV up, I have to change the wiring. I want to make it because right now I got everything up, and it was a quick fix when I was doing stuff downstairs. But I'm gonna do all that. I'm gonna change the whole wiring layout and stuff so it can look nice and neat. I have a full brick fireplace, so there's not much I can do. That's why. And then even I had a professional come out, and they were just like, "Yeah, you got brick, and you don't want to pay all this money to put electrical all behind there and whatever the stuff you got to do." So
yeah, there's a lot of work.
Yeah,
so they probably would have to tear everything down and build back up.
See, I'm not doing that for a TV. No.
Yeah.
So and possibly
what TV you thinking about getting?
So the 65 OLED for the C1, LG C1. I got my eyes set on it. I want to get it.
All right, LG C1.
Yeah. So I want Max to come over and do reviews on it. I'll have it, so feel free whenever you can.
Yeah.
So to help with your channel and all that stuff. And then I actually plan on getting another LG C1 48-inch and replace my monitor. That's my idea. That's what I want to do. But we'll see. I told you, Max, all the time that my only issue was burn-in, but you got me a little bit more comfortable with.
You are not gonna get burn-in and stuff.
Right.
So.
Well, we'll see. But I'll definitely, of course, get a warranty.
The only time that you will get burn-in is if you literally just watch news, the same news station every single day with the logo on there and stuff for running it for 8 or 10 hours a day and stuff like that. But I have my Sony A9F since 2018. I have 0.0 burn-in and stuff. Okay. I play games. My daughter watched this YouTube show called Super Simple. It's like this cartoon, do sing along. They have a logo that has.
I know that's a logo that shows.
The logo's on there on the bottom right hand of the screen, and I have zero burn in and stuff like that.
That's great.
But if you really worried about stuff like that, then there's some slides on YouTube where you could do where you have sliders. You could just run it for a couple of minutes just to kind of refresh your screen and stuff. But LG and what Sony do is they got this pixel refresh where when it get to a certain static, then it'll kind of like they'll help refresh the screen. And then like when you get to a certain lifespan of the TV, say I forgot what Sony. I think Sony's is 1,000 hours. Once you get hit like 1,000 hours, I don't know what LG is, but once you hit a certain hour frame, they'll go to a refresh of the TV. That when the TV cuts off, it goes to a refresh and it refreshes the whole screen and stuff. And then it does it once it does that, then you'll be
Does
perfectly
it
fine.
still
You
have
you're not
that technology where you can't tell unless you're looking real hard at it, but it also switches pixels so it doesn't stay on one pixel for a long time?
Yeah, on the
Okay.
Sony TV I do. I got it's called Pixel Shift.
Yes.
And on the Sony A90J, it threw me off at first, and I thought I was going to have to take the TV back. But I noticed on my Sony A9 Up, it has the same thing too. But I haven't noticed it because it's a huge difference from my couch and where I have my TV mounted at. But in the bedroom where I have the Sony A90J, it's a lot closer, and I could see on the side. And I was like, "What the crap is going on?" But you can see how the pixels will shift at a certain time frame.
Yeah.
It's just to help with when it comes to with burn in and stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing is that people have to understand is that people are so worried about that. It is nothing like how it was when it first came out and stuff. So it just you'll be perfectly
Well,
fine because
yeah. Well,
everybody
we'll
be talking
see.
about
We'll see.
yeah.
I'm excited though. The only thing is when I get these two TVs, I know that the 48 inch is huge, so I have to adjust my desk. And another thing I was looking for is a mount for the desk. I do have a butcher block, so I'm not worried about indenting and weight and heaviness and all that stuff. So it's just that I can't find a desktop mount for the 48 inch OLED when I'm ready to get it. So I still got to come up with a solution unless I wall mount it and put a desk under it, like a lot of people do. But we will see. We will see. Somebody has to have something out there for me to do that because I'm ready. I got this powerful computer and I'm ready to see some 4K 120. When I'm PC gaming. So
Yeah.
that's just I'm just ready for it. So, but other than that, man, yeah, I'm back on duty. I gotta get caught back up because I also been watching. What's funny? I watched. I know this is an old cartoon, DC cartoon, but I just got done watching Batman: Assault on Arkham, and that thing that was awesome.
Oh, man. Oh,
That
that
was
movie came
awesome.
out years
I
ago.
know, I know. But the thing is, you had DC way before HBO picked them up, and I didn't want to pay another subscription at that point because to me, I thought it wasn't
No,
worth
it
it.
was it was a standalone movie. It came out yeah, it was a standalone movie, and then I don't know. Like I said, DC just come out with movies like recently just came out with Batman. Damn, I can't even think of the name of it at the top of my head. But anyway, they just came out with another animated movie for Batman, and I was gonna pick that up. Oh, it was long. It was Long Halloween. That's the name of it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
It's on the DC. It's on HBO Max.
you
I
sure
thought
about that?
I thought I
Cause
saw it on there.
yeah, because what they usually do is they release it first, and after a couple months they'll go ahead and discount it because I think it's like $20 now, and then they'll discount it and go for like $10. That's why I usually buy it, and then it goes to streaming and
Okay.
stuff, and then you can rent it right now. But usually I kind of buy all my animated movies, my DC movies and
hmm
stuff. I forgot I got like
Yeah, I got a fair share
okay
collection downstairs, and then
yeah
I
I
used to
got I
like
got
buying them in
every
Blu-ray.
animated. Yeah, I think I have every animated DC movie that came out except for maybe a couple which I just haven't been interested in watching
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's why I'm so stoked about my basement because now I
You
can
get to
actually
display all that stuff, man.
yeah, I'm going to display it to a certain extent,
You got
but
any ideas though? Like I see a lot of people where they build Gundams or they buy these expensive Gundam wings or
oh, you know
whatever.
what's funny? So I have this limited edition. I don't know if you can see it
Yeah.
or not. But I had this limited edition Dragon Ball Xenoverse that I'm gonna have this on display downstairs. I just bought myself a bookshelf,
Okay.
and I don't know if people recognize this is on the PS4. This game came out like a long time ago.
Yeah.
What is Xenoverse? Probably 2000.
That was 2016, I believe, because that's when I used to stay far out, and you hated coming out there.
Yeah. So, if y'all not familiar, they came out with a super limited edition version of it where pretty much they have a standalone
Oh,
statue.
Goku. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I haven't took them out yet. It's all wrapped up and stuff. But
Oh, you got a you
when
got some money sitting there, man. That might be worth a little
oh
something.
yeah, this thing is it's like state of the art. I think when I open it, I gotta put this back in here because I gotta make sure I don't
Uh oh.
mess it up.
So do we get the first unboxing of your Goku statue?
Sorry, man. Stuff. But yeah, yeah. Actually, you know what? I'll probably do that. I don't mind taking the time.
Uh oh.
I'm gonna,
Value just decreased. Well, we're done.
no, I don't care. Yeah, yeah. But you see here,
Lift it up some. There it is. That's dope,
yeah,
man. Look
you
at
can
the
see.
detail. That's dope.
Yeah, it's super detailed and stuff. So you can see. That's why I have this on display and stuff. Yeah. So with this, I forgot how much I paid. I think it was like $100 and something dollars. But this is well worth it because this statue alone, you could probably see some of this detail will go for like 3 or 4 or even $500, depending on where you get it from.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to pick this up. I had this for years, and I had this always in a I had to have my own storage garage before we moved into the house. And
Yeah.
so I was like trying to figure out so it's gonna be one day when I'm gonna have my own little area I get to display all my stuff, and now I do. So I just bought myself a bookshelf, should be coming in another couple of weeks,
Funny you say that
put
too,
the
because I have a Gundam. Actually, it's right here. I bought
yeah
this when we were at Comic Con. When we went out
yeah
and I got Gundam Wing. And this
yeah
is the one that you have to put together. And I've been trying to put that together since we went to Comic Con in 2015.
yeah
So
yeah yeah. So it's like so I have this, and then I got a couple other ones that is worth a lot of money too. I just never had it. I just never put them out because it's like when you're married, yeah, I'm not gonna have my wife's gonna not gonna let me have my figurines out here and stuff like that, my statues out in the
you
open
don't
and
want your
stuff
wife
like that.
company to come over and they see nothing but action figures all over the house?
I was gonna do that, but she said no. She would have left me a long time ago. Yes, she would say
So
yeah, because I got so many comic books. I got stuff that is like been graded and stuff, and all that stuff gonna be all displayed now and stuff. So
okay. All right.
all is a nice and glorious area of the basement and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I'm excited about
but
your basement. I'm excited to see it, man. I'll come over and check you out. Because gives it because we want to get ours done. So kind of gives me the idea and just come in here
yeah,
and see what they did.
yeah. After that, it was well worth it and stuff. So
I bet. I bet. All right, I guess we rambled long enough. I don't have a lot of subjects though, but I do have some important ones. Especially one you sent me, Max. Um,
yeah,
so the PS5. This is what I've been talking about for the longest. How Xbox needs to integrate the PS5 controller
yeah.
features. So I'm still predicting that I think when I read this, I think they're trying to do an update to get it close as possible, but you need the hardware. So I just feel like that a new Elite controller. I'm still sticking with my prediction. An Elite controller is going to come out, and it's going to have all that, and then you're going to be able to.
Well,
What's that?
well, I was just gonna say, let's put the premise on this first. So this article that I sent to you, so Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, if I mean who doesn't know, but he was on another podcast called Kind of Funny. Shout out to them,
Yeah.
and they did an interview with them, and that question did come out about the PlayStation DualSense controller. And Phil Spencer did mention that he is a fan of it. And they asked him that question, like, are you thinking about implementing that in the Xbox?
Yeah.
If you read the article, his quote is, he said, "I think that Sony has done a nice job with the controller. We kind of look at some of that, and I think are there things that we should go and do." So that's saying that Xbox is looking into it, and they probably are already experimenting with their controllers. But to your point, Mon, it could be the next Xbox Elite controller. But I think the reason why they haven't came out with something with a quick update as of right now is because people just recently bought the Xbox and they haven't been out for a year. But I will say this. If people don't know, and this is kind of like really showing our age, when Xbox came in 2001, they had a fat controller that mirrored the Sega Dreamcast controller.
Mhm.
And people hated that controller with a passion. I didn't have a problem with it
I
and
didn't have a
stuff,
problem with it either.
but I guess it
wa-
was people saying it was
it
too
was fat.
massive.
It was.
Yeah,
You might as well face the fact. It
it
was
was a fat
overbearing
controller.
and intimidating.
Yeah, so what Xbox did was they went ahead and changed the controller. I forgot how long it took them, but I think it was probably like a year and a couple months. They came out and revamped the whole controller and made it much smaller. And and people love that controller and stuff. So who's to say Xbox may do it, like may come out with a new controller coming out this end of this year. But I'm thinking realistically, I'm thinking sometime next year and stuff. But I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just guessing.
I think it'd be perfect for the holiday season. You know they gotta. It's when you're dealing with hardware. But
Yeah, that's the thing is about it because it's like if you could get an Xbox, and that's why I think why they're not really pressing it right now is because they saying like people can't even get an Xbox right now. Their main concern is we got to put more Xboxes out there.
yeah, and from my understanding too, from some of the stuff I read, the semiconductor issue is getting a little better. It's still kind of messed up, but I've been seeing a lot of places, or I've been getting a lot of alerts of availability for PS5s and Series X's. So, you know, if you know, I don't post them like that. I used to post them on my group channel, Community Replay on Facebook. But again, I'm revamping my content and all that stuff. I haven't gotten around to my Community Replay Facebook group page. I've got about 100 members in there. And some folks stream, some don't, but those are where I usually post those type of articles and stuff like that. But give me a minute. I'm almost done. I'm getting stuff set up. But again, I really think that this will be a good feature for the Elite controller because that I think it's good at marketing as far as how to get extra money. Because I just feel like if they just revamp the whole controller and say this is a new Xbox controller, then I think people, especially with the new colors and stuff that people are buying right now, I think that will make a lot of people mad, you know. So just make another
Yeah,
tier controller. Just make another tier, and if people want and the thing about it is that this controller is still more updated than the Xbox One, you know. So you know you're getting somewhat of their next gen haptic feedback and the little trinkets they added into it. Because when you play first party games on Xbox, it's kind of shocking. And at one point, without the adaptive triggers, it was kind of shocking to play. I forgot what I was playing. Whatever first party I was playing, I thought I had the DualSense controller because it had a lot of features in it. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, well, this is actually pretty cool. And you know, and it does have some pressure points and stuff, but it does not have. They're missing out on those adaptive triggers. They really are. Those things are amazing. I done lost my train of thought of what I was getting at.
you were saying that you think that they're gonna make another tier
Yeah, they should.
for
I think that'd be a
price.
smarter move without making, because you got people out there that who are collectors of controllers, and they're going to buy this
Yeah.
stuff and buy them all, and then next thing you know, they got this other tier and they cancel them all out, and it's like, man, what the heck, So then not only that's why I think it should be a higher tier. You got the Xbox Labs Studio now where you can customize your controller, and it's the old Xbox controller. Well, not old. I mean, it's new now, but if they come out with another tier, that'd be old. Now they got to revamp the Xbox Lab or add more features and more colors with the new controller. So that's why I think I guess it would be pronounced the Elite 3 if they don't change the name. And I think that it should be on there. That's what I'm predicting. I think I'm with you, maybe next year, but I think they may try to beat the holiday season if they were to do something. I haven't seen anything where they made a patent on whatever they want to do. Usually you'll see a diagram of a patent and you know what's coming. But I haven't seen any of that. But I think this is I've been saying that. When I first got my PS5 and I had the controller and we played the Astrobot whatever game, and when I felt all that stuff in there, I'm like, oh my god, Xbox is missing out. This is next level right here.
Oh yeah, that haptic feedback on that DualSense controller on the PS5 is next level and stuff. And I mean, like I said, what makes Xbox so great, and it's like I'm not going Xbox or PlayStation, but the reason why I'm saying Xbox is so great is because they actually listen and they take the feedback and actually make the improvements.
Yeah.
Unlike Sony, on the other hand, I mean, they
build hype. That's what they do. They
build
hype.
Well, the thing is, is that, and then the thing is, they don't listen. they do
listen,
something,
but you won't get it for 2 to 3 years down the line.
But yeah, it's certain things that you ask for certain features and stuff like that, and Sony kind of like they just like they just drag themselves like they drag just walking through mud and stuff, and until they give you the features that you want, but they give you stuff that. One thing Sony is good about is they give you stuff that people don't ask about, and then when you get it, you be like, okay, this is kind of like a nice update. That's what Sony style is. What Xbox is that okay, we hear your feedback, we'll go ahead and release this in this next update, and we're gonna go ahead and do that. So it's kind of like what you think is better and stuff, but I like Xbox approach better because they actually listen to you compared to Sony. We've been talking about on the PlayStation 5 they don't have VR, and we've been asking for that for the longest time, and Xbox had that ever since the Xbox One X and stuff, and VR and ALLM and stuff, and they just added Dolby Vision Gaming to it, and who knows what PlayStation is going to come out with Dolby Vision Gaming.
And not only that, man, they still haven't released the freaking hardware. I want to put I want to put a terabyte in here or something.
Even the storage drive and stuff. I mean, Xbox already came up with a solution with that, and there's rumors that they're going to even come out with a bigger storage drive and stuff. So it's kind of like those are kind of things that you kind of think about, and you ask yourself, as an investment wise, like which one you think is better. I know people saying like PlayStation have better games and stuff, but actually Xbox is coming back with a vengeance with their games.
They are, man. And from my understanding,
they have so much coming in the woodworks and stuff. And this is like the tip of the iceberg of what this stuff. And the only thing I will say that Xbox doesn't have is really like a RPG action type game.
Yeah,
that's where they like a Japanese anime type style RPG, kind of like Final Fantasy.
That's the point I was
getting. And that's what they. That's the only thing that they're missing. That's the only thing that if they could home in on that, then I'll definitely say that they can't talk about Xbox ever again.
Well, that's the
when it comes to shooters. Yeah, when it comes to shooters, they got it. When
it's third party games. They come out on everything. You can play on both systems, and then you got Halo. So that's a given. But the point you made about the Japanese stuff, Xbox, one of Xbox's biggest goals and where they always failed at was the Japanese market, and they focused on that now. They focused on that. and they're making a strong comeback in the Japanese market. Everybody's not everybody. Everybody's flocking to the Xbox because of it in Japan. There's never been this flourish in Japan for Xbox really at all ever. So they
Well, they
really
having other people leading in the Japanese market, and I can't remember the person who's leading it in Japan, but yeah, they really working on it and stuff, and I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, well, I'll say this. I know Xbox, and Phil Spencer did say this in Kind of Funny Games, that he knows what type of game genres are lacking. Because what he did say is that he understands that we have more of a European, North America type RPG type gaming,
yes,
and we really don't have the Japanese type style anime. He even admitted that, and for him to even admit that is I give this guy even more props to even just acknowledge that he knows where they are lacking at and what they trying to address. And so from him saying that in Kind of Funny Games, because if anybody's interested, go ahead and go and look at that channel. And I think that podcast was this week. Yeah, I think they had it on Monday, or it was a little bit of last week and stuff. And it was a very interesting conversation with him, because you got some of the people on the podcast are like diehard PlayStation fans and stuff, and like I said, Xbox. I mean, Phil's doing his thing. I'm he is definitely doing his thing.
yeah.
So kudos to him.
Well, I will say, the only way that PlayStation would change their stroke on how they do things is
Yeah.
when the sales get jacked up, and if Xbox hits that Japanese market, their tone will change. They'll start listening to customers because they will see that it worked for them. That's
Yeah,
because
that's what
right
happened
now,
with the PlayStation 3.
yeah,
That's what happened to PlayStation 3, because they started to listen to people's feedback when the PlayStation 3 came out, because they were so they were so Sony. It was so such a Sony way. They were so cocky on with the PlayStation 2 when the PlayStation 2 came out, that they didn't care about any of the fans, what the fans wanted and stuff. They'll say we do what we want and stuff, and that kind of like bit them in the butt when the PlayStation 3 came out, because the Xbox 360 it was catching up. It didn't beat Sony PlayStation 3, but it was a very close margin between sales, and that's what scares Sony, and that's what Sony started coming in and saying like, all right, we'll start coming out with this PlayStation Plus store, and we'll start coming out with free games and da 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 da,
yeah,
and that's where they started changing tunes. So who knows? I mean, but the thing is, competition is always the best. And so when you have competition, that always drives innovation. When it drives innovation, it's always good for customers like us.
yeah, yeah. I agree. And sometimes I mean, it happened to PlayStation again on the PlayStation 4 with the whole crossplay deal when Microsoft was striking in at that. And next thing you know, you see Sony was like, all right, we'll let some games be crossplay because they know that they don't want to lose that. They have a PlayStation has a titan of an audience. I will admit that. Like even us, I mean, we're fans, all of us fans, and they because of their exclusives, it's kind of second to none, almost. We'll see what happens with this year with exclusives and all that, but it's going to be a while before Xbox catches up with PlayStation on exclusive and have a solid foundation like PlayStation does for years to come. It's hard to try to make an exclusive because I mean, look how many exclusives came out and it really didn't hit the marker like that. So you got to find something that's going to stick around, like God of War. It's going to stick around, like Final Fantasy and those type of games. So I mean, Halo has kind of been their only thing. Well, you got like Crackdown, but I mean, Crackdown. Come on. I mean, you got Gears of War, but not Gears of War. Yeah, Gears of War. I'm sorry. You got Gears of War. I think it's still good, but I think people are a little bit over Gears of War. I know I was at
Yeah,
one point.
and don't get me wrong, I think Gears of War is a fun game,
Yeah,
but
it is.
but the thing is that we don't want to have multiple Gears of War, and I always say this, and I love Halo and stuff, and anybody loves Halo and stuff, but we just don't want to have the same two games over and over
Every
again
single
every other year.
generation,
Yeah,
yeah.
every single generation or every year and stuff like that. We're looking for the perfect dark game. We're looking for uh uh a game that never was done before and stuff like that. And that's what Sony's strength is. They came out with Ghost of Tsushima. They came with
Last of Us, you know,
Last of Us,
Last of
Forbidden
Us,
What.
let's be honest with you, is still a new exclusive because it came out on the PS4. So to me, that's new.
Yes.
That hasn't been around since the golden days, you know, like God of
Yeah.
War. So that's what I'm saying. It's hard to establish that. Once they find that right game, there's still games I'm very interested in. But a lot of them right now, third parties like kicking butt right now with all the new stuff, and small third party developer games are like just killing it right now. I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is, but I don't know why. It seems like third party games show out more so than first party new exclusives. It drives me crazy. You get a team of 60 and they come out with this game and it utilizes all the hardware in the new consoles, and then you come out with a new I don't know, God of War or Halo, and it's like, yeah, this is the new one, but I want a little bit more than this. I don't think they say we have all this hardware and stuff, but it's not like they're using it. But we know why they do it. They utilize the rest of the hardware towards the end of the life cycle. We know that. But third party games, small developers, they kick it into gear when they release those games. You know, Monkey King is a perfect example, man. When we saw that, it's still eye candy now, and I can only imagine when it comes out. The same with I don't know if you remember, Max, a few years ago when Dragon Ball Unreal was in development, and it's this real small team, and then Jump Force iterated from that, you know, and then it just made Dragon Ball look so good. But then you got Xenoverse, and it's like cartoony, but these guys made it look good with the Unreal Engine, you know. So it's like, man, like, you coming out to make a Xenoverse game that looks like that with all them physics in there, you know. And I don't mind playing the same story. You say what?
Yeah, I was happy with Fighter Z, and
Yeah.
I still play that game to this day. It's like, think of it as not Street Fighter. Yeah, like Street Fighter or Tekken and stuff. It just, I love that. I still play that game. That game is fun and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I agree with you.
yeah, so that's my only thing. So that's the only thing that I know that first party developers, they hold back when they come out with these games this early in the beginning of a new console life cycle. We'll start seeing it change about 2 years down the line, 2 or 3 years, where we start seeing some off the wall stuff. But then I think since we're at the age now, this new generation, we do mid cycle consoles. I don't know if they're going to come. I shouldn't say that. To be honest with you, PlayStation needs to come out with a mid-cycle console to be able to do all the things the Series X does. They just need to. They have to, you know, because it's a hybrid RDNA 2 feature. So they're gonna have to come out with a mid-cycle console. So just expect another $500-$600 for a console. That's just how I feel. You know, if they want VRR and all the HDR stuff and everything that comes with it, you know, so. That's just me. That's just how I feel. I think the Series X, I think they're well established. If you want my opinion, I think they may come out with a lower tier. That's what I'm predicting for the Xbox. Instead of the 1440p version, they may dub the Series X down, where you can still do 4K 120, but it's not going to be the price, but it's just going to be a smaller. I don't know. That's just me throwing stuff out there. What's up, Ralph? Yeah. He's texting on. I think he's on your channel, Max.
Oh yes.
Yeah. He said the sexy man in the world just walked in. What's good? Why do we deal with him?
That's silly.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, I be honest with you, that's all I have. I mean, I have other subjects. There's one I have about the new Stream Deck. Did you hear about that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that would be a good one to talk about.
No, yeah. Well, before we do that, we definitely got to talk about this. Gamescom is coming up. So I am excited. Okay. So it's going to be all virtual. They did say that Microsoft, Activision, Ubisoft, and EA will be making an appearance. So hopefully I'm still counting on the Avowed and seeing what that is. So hopefully I'll be able to see that. I don't know if this is gonna be the one. What's up, my dude? So I don't know. What else are they going to show? I know Microsoft has a lot they can show. They can show Fable. They can show More Perfect Dark. They can show Avowed. They can show. I heard that what's the samurai sword game that came out that was new for Series X? Something light or whatever with the first person shooter and.
I was just reading it just a second ago. Infinite Light.
Yeah,
Infinite.
whatever.
Yeah.
But
I know what you're talking about.
They got a part 2 of that coming out. I didn't like the first one. I tried it and I was like, oh, okay, and then it was garbage. So I'm sorry, that's just my opinion.
Well, you got to think about one person did that, so
well,
it's pretty
for him. Because
Yeah.
it came out on a high tier console. They thought it was good, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like the controls was different and all that stuff. And Ralph said slicey slice and question mark. Okay. But anyway, Gamescom is coming out. It'll be August 25th through the 27th. EA, they could show a little bit more of Battlefield if they wanted to. I don't think they can show more because it's nothing but multiplayer now. I don't know why, but I have this feeling that we're going to see a Division game. But I hope that it doesn't be a Division 1 and 2, and they put this one feature in there and call it a 3 like they did Division 2. Because we played the crap out of Division 1, and then when we got 2, it was like, all right, here's a couple new guns, but it was the same game, and I was not impressed. That's how it felt to me. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of different features, but it didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about Gamescom. We'll be able to look at that and we'll be able to look at that and see what comes out of it. You know what I would like to see announce a new game? Hideo Kojima and his studio with PlayStation. That'd be dope to see what he has in that creative mind of his to get a new game out here. I still haven't played his last one. Don't ask me why I just didn't.
Well, they're coming out with a director's cut that is PS5 version coming out in September. I'm trying to I forgot when it's coming out. Death Stranding. It's supposed to be coming out. Yeah, it's supposed to be coming out in September. Death Stranding director's cut.
Well, I believe they released on Steam. So, if you buy it, you get to play it at your high frame rates, high resolutions on your PC. But that's the thing. Like, I've been trying not to do that because it's going to make my consoles look sad.
Yeah, September 24th. That's when it's coming out.
Okay.
And it's supposed to add pretty much. It said it has some new content to it. I don't know what that really entails, but it says new content. They updated the graphics to of course to make it shine. They added DualSense feedback on the wireless controller with the trigger resistance. I don't know what that means, but I bet you that's gonna be pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then they said they're adding 3D audio to compatible headphones.
Well, that's good.
And then and then it was talking about they using they go into PS5 console ultra fast SSD for instant load times. And then they said now they have 2 picture modes. They got the performance mode, 4K upscale to 4K and up to 60 frames, or fidelity mode, native 4K at
30 frames. I'm guessing.
frames.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, both with ultra wide and HDR support.
Yeah, I don't too much care for ultra wide. I used to be interested in those, but when I bought this 32-inch monitor, I was like, this is actually all I need. So I guess it just works for me. Everybody's different. A lot of people love those ultra wides and super ultra wides for productivity use and different workstation apps. But yeah, that's just me. So that's interesting. That's another one I gotta play. I'm just racking up the games I gotta play. I also, when I get my streaming going again, I got to find the games that I'm going to play on that. Of course, Call of Duty is going to be one of them, because that's just what we do. I have my clan there, but I need to play something else. And also, we're also looking to find another game we're playing. We're looking for an MMO. So I've been talking with my clan about it, and we're just trying to get things together of what we're playing. We have choices between Neverwinter, Phantasy Star Online 2, Black Desert Online, and maybe Star Wars and Final Fantasy 14. But I know some of them don't like the button action. They rather just have action MMORPG where you can just hit it and he swings. They don't. Well, I should say they don't like the cooldown effect like you get when you play World of Warcraft. And I can't believe that game is so popular. I got a guy in my Discord. He's a good friend of mine. He is a World of Warcraft head, and he plays the classic version. And like that's all he taught. He does all these raids. He told me he was on a raid for like 8 hours one day, and I was like, that's crazy. That made us feel like when we used to do the raids and stuff on Destiny. It's one of the reasons why I had to stop Destiny and stop playing it so much. So. But, all right, I'm starting rambling. So, and then the last one that I had was the Steam Deck. Finally, a handheld PC you may actually buy. So, you know what I'm going to say, right? Remember the Steam, the Stream boxes? The Steam box?
Yeah.
That didn't make too much sense. You spent all this money on that, and you had companies out there like Alienware and whoever, where you could just buy consoles. That's all it was, with different manufacturers, and it wasn't successful. But this is good to me in a sense of the competition with portable gaming. Sony had their run for a hot second, and now PlayStation took it and ran with it. And I'm sorry, not PlayStation, Nintendo. They took it and ran with it, and they've been very successful with the Switch. I've had one, but I got rid of it because I did not play it at all. There were a couple of games that I played that me and Mr. Almost Perfect played, like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, because I've played all of them, and I can say I played all of them. And then I beat Zelda, the newest one, and I beat Mario Odyssey. And then after that, I was done with it. I had no reason to play it. I had no reason to play it. But what I like about this is you get to play your PCs natively on here. From what I was reading the article, and you're going to utilize 2 teraflops of compute power for the graphics card, and they're going to use the new Zen 2 CPU and RDNA 2 graphics chips. So, and the graphics going to be comparable to PS4 and Xbox One. So I think that's actually pretty good, and that's actually a slap in the face to NVIDIA's Tegra X1 processor that's in the NVIDIA Shield. So yeah. AMD, they surprise us every time, man. They've been killing the game. Like, especially with their CPUs. Yeah, they have. So I mean, would I get this? I don't know. This is a better solution than trying to play a cloud and having a good signal. I will say that. Yeah. Would you get that, man?
For me, no.
I figured that much.
No, the only reason I'm just saying because I don't know. It's just Nintendo is on their own. See, the crazy part is Nintendo doesn't have to come out with anything crazy and stuff. People are gonna buy it, and even with the latest update that Nintendo Switch is coming with the OLED version
the OLED screen, yeah.
And it's nothing upgraded to it and stuff, so the graphics are still going to be the same, and people are going to buy it like hotcakes because they think it's a new system.
Yeah.
But it's just the thing is like with Nintendo, they come out with so many original games that's catered towards their consoles, and it's like this PC handheld Steam Deck that you showing me. You're gonna have so many third-party games, but are you really going to have the support for it? And it's like Nintendo, you got that support because they got all their games. They could just go ahead and make another Smash Brothers, or they can make another Mario
first party games.
Yeah, they have this arsenal of catalog games that they could just throw at you. And it's like when you have something like this PC handheld, you may get a couple games here and there and stuff. But I don't think it's gonna do good. I think they just doing that just for seeing what they could possibly do for technology wise.
They got to keep the hardware game going, right? So they got to come up.
Yeah, it's a nice idea. I'm not saying it's bad, but I just think that the biggest issue with it is it's gonna be a lack of support. You're not gonna have a lot of games on this thing, original games and stuff. You're gonna have maybe you may have a couple third party games, but to support this type of hardware, it's kind of like I
Well,
don't know.
I will say this: if well, NVIDIA GeForce supports your Steam library when you play it through the cloud, and I know when they first came out, they had the battle between developers. They want to get paid for their games released on GeForce Now, but GeForce Now was utilizing the games that you already had, so it's like nobody's going to pay double for that.
Yeah.
So that's why they came out subscription service. If they well, it's a Steam Deck, right? So if you can just get access to all your Steam games, then I don't see why it wouldn't work. If you can literally sign on to that and download all the games you already have, then I think that's a plus. But hopefully the support is there for that plus. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But that's just I don't know. I don't know if I would get it because I have no when I'm not doing the content creation and playing games and stuff. What takes up my time is family. So I can't. I don't have no time for a portable device. I can't sit there and play it and then try to watch my kid in the backyard and that type of stuff. So and then I'm always busy because we work for a living, and then you got to come home and do. So why buy a portable system to play at home? That makes no sense unless they do it like the Switch where you put on a dock and it blows it up. You can do the living room couch thing, So, but we'll see how far they go with that. I'm pretty sure it'll probably have an HDMI port on it, where you can plug it up to the TV. You just Bluetooth a controller, So that's just me assuming. I don't see why they wouldn't have that feature. I don't with all that power. Because if you have that, if you put an HDMI cord into that, it's going to display a better resolution and better frame rate. But you're going to need a dock to give it the extra wattage to do that. So I probably wouldn't get it either.
Yeah,
But I
that's
think
my
it's a
only
beautiful
thing is
concept.
it's a great concept. I'm just thinking that it's going to be the support, even though they probably got Valve and stuff like that. The thing is, it's going to be a niche to certain people and stuff. They're like, oh yeah, I gotta have this. But like Nintendo, on the other hand, I don't know. It's just the magic of Nintendo. They bring in not only the old players that knows
Yeah, that
Nintendo,
we
but they
grew
bring
up
in
to.
but they bring in new people as well too that really like the casual gamers that really don't play games, but they'll play something like that just to say, "Hey, I have it." And so that's kind of like Nintendo's thing. They hit a market where they know they can make money, and all they have to do is say, "Oh, we just came out with a new color." And people are gonna buy it and stuff. Oh,
Yeah,
we got a Pokemon version of the Nintendo Switch, and people
and
buy
people are
it and
gonna buy
stuff.
it
It's like,
exactly.
yeah, people gonna buy it. So it's like Nintendo is sitting there pretty because they're saying like we don't need to upgrade our system anytime soon because people are buying it left and right. And the crazy part is like the new Nintendo Switch that's coming out. Well, it's not a new Nintendo Switch, but it's the OLED version of Nintendo Switch is going for 350, and people are going to buy it like crazy. And you got an Xbox Series S that's going for $300, and I guarantee the Nintendo Switch is going to sell more than Xbox Series S, even at a higher price.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. So we'll see. I mean, people are going to buy this thing. There is a huge community that wants to play portable PC gaming, and right now, cloud gaming is the only solution. But it's only if you have a good signal, and there's always going to be some sort of latency. I mean, you might as well just face until technology advances, where internet connection is just as solid as wiring. You always have a latency issue. I still try to give Stadia a chance, and the only reason why I'm giving Stadia a chance is because now they released it with a Chromecast for Google TV, and it's on there. Nobody knows why they just didn't do that from the beginning. I think it was the stupidest move ever. But I mean, Google's trying to find their place in this whole gaming thing, and I will say it is very convenient to just turn on my controller and just play on something that the cloud game is instant. It's an instant load. It gets right into the game and you can play it. even though I got high speed internet, there's still a latency issue, especially with first person shooters and fighting games. Fighting games, you have to have that solid connection from input to the screen. You know, so because you have professional guys that do competition with fighting games, and they have a certain time frame in their head of what combo to hit what button which, and if that's not following from the controller to the screen, they play like crap. You know, so so that's just it. But any other game on there is fine. But I will say the most solid connection is actually not Bluetooth when you're playing Stadia. It's actually their native controller that connects on Wi-Fi, and it goes to the game that the server is coming out of, and it's actually much more solid than just hooking up an Xbox controller. So I actually do like that feature because it goes with the latency of the game that's coming in. It connects to the same area. So I do like that. That's actually a very nice creative idea for cloud gaming. If GeForce do that and Xbox do that, that'd be really nice if they just had a Wi-Fi controller and you don't connect it to Bluetooth. I think that'd solve a lot of issues. So it's actually the best connection. It makes experience much better, but it's still not the best. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and be like, yeah, you know, it's just like playing on a Series X. You do get 4K, you do get 60, but you gotta have the bandwidth, you know. And then even if you have a Wi-Fi 6 router, it's still not perfect, you know. So that's just my thing on it. But now, other than that, that's all I have.
Yeah, same here. So.
So,
all right, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
I know, right? I'm sitting here looking at my texts. My texts are blowing up and all that stuff. So, but I'm excited. Wow, you know, I just thought about it. Next episode is gonna be episode 50. Like, what the hell, Max? 50 of these bad boys.
Yeah. Well, I'll be here for next week.
When the last time you talked to Stub? Have you heard from those guys?
You know, I message them every now and then, and we talk. We still talk. They always keep on asking, like, when we gonna come on the show.
Well,
so we gotta set something up for that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'll reach out. If they want us on, that's fine. They're more than welcome to come here. I know our time frames are different because they're in the UK, so I know this time right here sucks for them.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, yeah, we're good. So. Moandogg Gaming, Smack Shameless. We had a good day. Stay tuned. I got a lot of content coming. Mr. Almost Perfect, my homeboy, he got a lot of content coming. We're changing up our streams. For the folks that's in here now, if you haven't heard earlier, you know, I'm kind of revamping my whole thing. So stay tuned for that. Max, you got another video coming out?
Yeah, I'm working on that as we speak and stuff. So
okay,
yeah,
all right. So Max,
I'm trying to decide which video. So
at least you got some options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yep. All right. We're out. Peace out.